Hi, welcome to Epignosis Corner once again. My name is Opeyemi Onadiran, a real estate consultant and wealth advisor. In Epignosis Corner, we discuss everything about real estate and finance. And this morning in today's video, we are going to be discussing understanding real estate 101. On the previous video, we discussed investing. We divide investing and break down, investing into places that a baby can understand. If you have not watched that video, do it to check our channel, and you will find the video there. This morning we are going to be discussing real estate, understanding real estate 101. We're going to break real estate down to you and tell you how you can invest and how the way to invest in real estate. In the previous video, we discussed understanding investing. We break down the definition of investing into pieces that, a growing investor will understand and a baby investor will understand. This morning, we are going to be talking about real estate. And if you have not been investing in real estate, you will know why you should invest in real estate and why the worthy invest in real estate. Are you, at your various level can also leverage on real estate to build wealth and leave, inheritance for your children's children. Our anchor, our tagline is unlocking wisdom, building legacy. So everything we are going to be doing here is to unlock wisdom and also to build legacy. So we can keep, stuff for not just our children, but our children's children as a good man. Real estate is for everyone. It's not for wealthy alone. It is for everyone. It's for every classes of earners. In urban regional planning, we were told that there are high earners, medium earners, and low earners. So real estate is for high earners, it's for low earners, it's for medium earners. Like so, it's for everybody. But guess what? Real estate reward early believer, while the latter believer pay the returns of the early believer. What do I mean by that? When a client, when someone buy a property at 2 million naira, for instance, and later after many years or months, depending on development, the price of that land appreciates, and because he does that, for capital appreciation. He didn't do that for development. He wants to make money out of that land. It's for investment. And then you feel, okay, the land I bought at 2 million naira, it's now 5 million naira. I can sell it and make my profit of 3 million naira. He sold that land at 5 million naira, and the one who bought that land bought it at 5 million naira. The new buyer is paying the return of the old owner. Now, you should start real estate now. Even if you think you are not ready for real estate, now is the best time to begin real estate. So let's go into the definition of real estate and understand exactly what it means. Real estate refers to land and anything that is attached to it, such as building structures, natural resources like trees, water, and minerals. So everything in land, everything that is permanently attached to land is real estate. Even the mines, the minerals and water and trees, they are also part of real estate. So the living and daily activities of man is captured around on land, which is real estate. Real estate is a tangible asset, and that is why the wealthy love it so much. It is tangible, you can see it, you can feel it. So whether you are using it for residential, for commercial, for industrial, for agriculture, when you invest in real estate, the goal is to make money. You either make money in real estate by cash flow or capital appreciation. If you own land, you own everything that is permanently attached to it. There's nothing like I buy the building, I didn't buy the land. There's nothing like I own the land, I don't own the building, except there is a lease agreement or a joint ventures. The one who owns the land owns everything that is permanently attached to it. Now, we are going to talk about why the rich invest in real estate, how the rich use real estate, how the rich leverage on real estate. My pastor, Apostle Gabriel Edogbo, used to say something that the simplest way to become wealthy is to do what the wealthy are doing. So if the wealthy are investing in real estate, you should not be left out. And even if you don't want to invest in real estate, you are also a participant in real estate because you are either landlord or tenant. So everybody, participates in real estate, but the way we participate in real estate only differs. Some people collect money from real estate and some people give money, to real estate. But we are going to consider how the wealthy see real estate and what you should see real estate. They already see real estate as a means of security. They use real estate to protect their wealth. Many invest in land, many invest in building, not just for cash flow, not just for capital appreciation, but they use it as security because they see that real estate is tangible. Because business can go bad, anything can happen to other investment, but real estate is tangible. It is what they can see. So sometimes when they are facing a lot of financial challenges in their business or other investments, they use real estate to bounce back, and then after that they buy more. So you should see that also. The second one is the wealthy people see real estate as a means of diversification. They are wise enough not to put the whole of their, money, the whole of their assets in one asset class. A typical portfolio could be real estate, stocks, private businesses, bond, gold, or cash. Yes, they keep cash too, but there is a way at which they keep cash. And it is something you can also do. If you put your cash in money market fund, instead of it to just be in bank waiting for use. Probably you are buying a property, probably you are looking to, invest in one business or the other. Instead of that money to just sit right there in your bank, you put it into money market fund. And when you need the money within 72 hours, you can access that money back. So when they are diversified in real estate, they make money either by cash flow or capital appreciation instead of their whole asset to be in on the business that they run or to be in one asset class. If one investment performs poorly, the other can imbalance their overall wealth. The third one is the wealthy people use real estate as means of cash flow. They buy income producing assets. If you are looking for cash flow, you don't just buy land, except you're using that land for agricultural purposes, but you buy properties for cash flow, property that can generate income for you. A typical example of those properties is residential income, office building, shopping plaza, warehouses, short-term lease. In fact, short-term lease is becoming rampant these days. So if a building, it's a three-bedroom flat, building is no longer around. It has relocated to foreign country, and then you renovate the house, remove the old windows, remove the old door, replace them with modern windows and door, furniture the whole house, and then begin to short lease each room for different people, and then the sitting room becomes a common use. Now, so that brings money into the income. And the same thing is what you can also do. You see that your family has, that your papa has, that nobody is willing to go there, to spend the night. You can do that as well and begin to earn, cash flow. This generates monthly income or yearly income, even while the owner sleeps. So the wealthy people love to make money work for them. So while they sleep, real estate begin to work for them, and it's something that you can also do. The first one is that the wealthy people use real estate to build legacy. When they pass on, their children's children begin to enjoy, those legacies. They buy land, they buy properties that, produce cash flow and appreciate in value. They enjoy those returns while they are alive, and when they passed on, their children's children begin to, enjoy, those income that comes from this property. Let me give a typical example of two billionaires in Nigeria, not something far away. Dr. Cosmas came to Biblical Billionaires Conference in 2025, and then he showed us his empire. What a massive one. He showed us different types of asset class that he owned and different types of investment that he run. Now, something caught me. He showed us his rice mill in Imo State, and he told us that he bought 4,000 hectares, not acres, 4,000 hectares of land in Imo State where he made rice, and he has not used the whole land to, plant and make rice. Then he said, even when he passed on to glory, and his children decide to sell 100 hectares of land, they will never be poor again because the development he has made in that piece of land has attracted a lot of businesses around that land. Imagine 100 acres. What if they even sell 1,000 hectares out of 4,000 hectares? They will never be poor again. So that generation is not going to serve his immediate children. It will serve the second generation, the third generation, and even the fourth generation, especially when they know how to manage it well and multiply what their father left for him. The second example is Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo. He went to Aero. They just concluded Aero at the prayer meeting of Apostle Ayo Babalola, hosted by Prophet Eskaya, the prophet of God. Then he shared how he's building legacy through real estate for his children. Not just really in real estate, but he shared his real estate plan. He told us that his plan is to buy 100 buildings and put them in trust for his children's children to enjoy, not just his children, his children's children, and he has already bought 22 buildings. You know, that's 78 buildings to go. He will put, his children and his children's children as a beneficiary of the trust. He said they won't be able to sell those buildings, but they will enjoy, the proceedings of those buildings. That is how the wealthy people leverage on real estate, and it's something you can also do. You may not be able to start at their level. Of course, they didn't also start there. They grow into that place. You can start at your own level. If it is one plot, if it is two plots, if it is 1 acre, if it is 1 hectare, you can do that also. You enjoy, while you are alive, you enjoy the proceedings, you enjoy the income from those assets, and you also leave them for your children's children. Let's move forward. The fifth one is that the wealthy people use real estate to gain social status. Now, how do they do this? Owning landmark property often enhances credibility and social standing. Example, when you own a luxury home, when you own a commercial tower, when you own, big hotels, when you own large, real estate portfolio, when somebody wants to buy land in a particular area, and they tell the person that, oh no, so person has 10 hectares of land, has 50 hectares of land in this area, and be like, when did he bought it? How this, they begin to gain social status. Now, let me give you a closer example. The recent home that Billion Adela bought in the UK, when he bought it and it made news, every blogger, every social media handle, TV station, they all, propagate the gospel of Billion Adela buying a house in the UK. And that is how it begins to build more trust and enhance its influence in the community. Ownership of this property can increase influence in business and society. Let's come down to, a lower level. There are all these family houses along major roads in every city. When a family house is being pulled down, people begin to ask questions. Who bought this land? Who bought this land? And when they eventually know the one who bought that land, that person gain social status. They will, this also person bought this building. And then businesses, private business owner begin to go to those people, give their business to them so they can invest in them. And eventually, when they begin to develop that piece of land, people begin to respect them the more, and people begin to see them as a better person living, larger life. Another example is Sheyi Fodi. When he launched his firm building in Abuja, his brand gained more prominence in the country, in the nation, even outside the nation. His social media followers increased from 1,000 to million, and many people begin to visit his firm. They do business with him. Several organizations begin to go to him to say, okay, be our grandfather, we be our Baba Saleh, and all of those things. His social status increased and his leverage increased, and a lot of people begin to trust him more, trust his brand more, and even some banks will be willing to do business with him and to lend him money and all of those things. So they use real estate as a means to gain social status, to gain social standing. Owning all these properties can increase influence in business and society. The sixth one is the wealthy people use real estate to increase influence. Property ownership creates a relationship with banks, government officials, business leaders, investors, developers. So when you gain social status, you increase your influence in the society as well, owning property. When you gain social status, you begin to increase your influence. You begin to, increase in influence, because property ownership creates relationship with banks, with government officials, with business leaders, with investors, with developers alike. Large landowners often have a strong voice in community and economic development. The sixth one is the wealthy people use real estate to create lasting wealth, although it is not applicable to all of them. Those who diversify don't do this, but those who are actively involved in real estate do this a lot. They combine several strategies to make money and multiply their wealth through real estate. They buy below market value. They improve or develop the property to increase its value. Like the example I gave earlier, when the owner of the building relocate to foreign country, then he remove old windows, remove old doors, replace them with modern windows and modern door, remove the old tiles, replace them with new one, then begin to use the 3 bedroom flats for shortless, and the living room become a common use for those who rent that property. When the wealthy people buy a building below the market value, they improve it or develop it, and then in turn they earn rental income. They also use that property to finance other property. As the return comes from those property, they use it to develop another property or to renovate and enhance another property. Then they also use the equity from an existing property to fund another property, and then they do that and do that and do that. They already use financing wisely to acquire more property. They reinvest profits into additional properties. They hold some valuable properties for many years to increase in value. And then all of these things combine together. This creates compounding effect where each property helps financing the next properties. And it is something that you can also do at your level to leverage on real estate to increase your net worth over time. A typical example you can use financing to acquire more assets wisely at a lower level is, let's say you buy an acre of land with 10 million naira, and after 5 years, that acre of land, because of development, has increased in value to 15 million, 20 million, 25 million naira. Then you sell 2 or 4 plots. Then you use the money from the sales to buy more properties at a developing area. At long run, the 2 plot that is remaining from that 1 acre, or the 4 plot remaining, is appreciating value, while those new plots you bought or new acre you bought at a developing area is also appreciating in value. And you may decide to develop those piece of property, or you sell to acquire more property at the long run. Now, this is my last word. Most people buy property to own it. Why do people buy property? To make money, reduce risk, create opportunities, and build a system that continue to work for generations. What are you going to do?